What is up, Mako Madness fans? We are back here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and we're hoping to see some action over at Avatar as well as Rivers of Light. So let's head inside and see what we can see. Woohoo! So we're getting our view of Avatar now, and check this out, guys. Just in the last couple weeks, since we've been here, they've installed a ton, and I mean a ton, of that foliage. So the rock work is finally starting to come together. Has what looks to be like some grass, moss, plants, and then over here even some vines as well. Still a lot of scaffolding up, and a lot of rock work as well, but finally these floating mountains are really looking like mountains. A lot more of that rock work, and again what looks to be prep work for foliage and other things like that. And a little bit further down we can get a view of a couple other mountains that are right here. This is the one that's been predominant in a lot of our updates, since this one was pretty much the first one to get all the work done on that rock right up there. Now some of those yellow support beams, like what is right there, were normally down here, and they're still here, it's just they're very covered up, so they're gonna have some sort of work done to them, plaster work, things like that. And check out how much scaffolding is actually right here. So I'm expecting a good focus of the work to be done in here, since that's pretty much where all the prep is right now. I mean, look how thick and deep into this it goes. And then this one again, most of the exterior is done. Just needs pretty much the trees, plants, theming like that. And there's one other little area right here that I wanted to show. And again, this just kind of shows you exactly how much rock work and foliage and theming they've been doing recently. So all right there, it's pretty much done. All right, so we're over here by the Avatar sign and the pathway that's going to lead over to the whole area. We can get another view of the floating mountains, and over here we see a lot of that rebar and mesh work on this side of the mountain. Again, this side seems like it's going a little bit slower than the rest, but it's still progressing. You can see all that foliage and plants up there. All right, so we're over here by the Avatar sign and the pathway that's going to take us to the area, and we can see a lot of that rebar and chicken wire in there right there, so they can do the rest of the rock work theming. And this side seems to be going a little bit slower than the other, but hey, it's still coming along. They do have up on here more foliage right there, looks nice. But that's going to do it for Avatar. Now let's go check out Rivers of Light. One small little point to make. Over here at the Tree of Life Garden, well, normally you can go over to the Tree of Life. Well, today you can't. They have a rope up over here blocking off the pathway. So they're doing some sort of work over at the Tree of Life. Probably getting it ready for all of the night activities coming up soon. And who knows, it could actually be for a refurb also. However, again, this area is closed off, and they do have even the sign right here covered up. So something is going on. We'll keep you updated on it though. And the continuing trend, even over here at Discovery Island Trail, work walls and closed pathways. Right in front of the big Africa doors over here, we have another one of those walls. But this is what I wanted to point out. Just behind the wall, we have a ton of land clearing. And a bunch of markers also. There's markers right there. And even behind, there's literally just probably a good 2 dozen, maybe even more. Some over here. But they're literally just lining this entire area. And from a different vantage point, across the way from that pathway, we can actually see all of those markers laid out right there. So there's literally just tons and tons and tons of them. We'll try to see if we can get one more view of all that's going on over here. And our final look over here next to the Tree of Life. Don't want to bore you guys too much with just markers and dirt, but just wanted to give a better look at all that's going on. Again, a lot of this land is cleared, and they are trying to protect some of the trees. And again, all those markers. Come on, Disney, build your Giga Coaster. So before we get over to Everest and that whole area, if you remember, there were a ton of work walls over here. Well, I don't see any work walls, folks. Pretty much all that remains is just landscaping and the ADA pass over here to get beautified just a little bit. We have a lot of lamps and lanterns going on in the area as well. And the water itself, floatless, womp womp, but maybe we'll see something. We do have some work lights over here and a vehicle, but those guys probably haven't been used too often recently. And here's that area again where all the work walls used to be. It's all open area now in front of the shrine for Everest and all the way around, so we can get a really neat view of Rivers of Light. Guests can stand here or of course sit in the seats designated. And since our last update, you guys may know that the official opening date has been announced for Rivers of Light, which is supposed to be April 22nd. However, we may have some soft tests going on before then. If we do hear anything, we will have those updates and videos on our YouTube and Facebook accounts, guys, of course. But I wanted to show another thing over here with all the seating and the detail work on that. Again, there's a lot of rock work for that seating, and they have traditional benches right behind that. And ADA accessible ramps. But I gotta say, my mind is completely perplexed and boggled over here. It's been well over a year since we've had all these work walls, and now that they're down, my brain just can't fathom it for some reason. There's a little barge over here or something, but we have a huge piece of equipment. Don't know if that is for a projector of some sort. There is inputs on the back of it though. So I don't know if it's for lasers, projections, or hell, even a generator, but there is something definitely new right there. And it's pointing out towards Show Center for Rivers of Light. And just a little further down, I'm gonna call it a projector. I think it looks like a projector, and I think it is actually. But that right there is going to feature something out on the water, of course. It does have its own power source as well. And then over here at the seating area, wanted to give a better look, of course. Looks like we still have some work going on in this area. But everything else is ready, guys. Yo ho, yo ho. Oh, sorry, wrong attraction. Come on, go get the floats. Go get them. I want to see them. And across the way we can see another one of those identical boxes. Again, looks like a projector. Aimed right towards the center area of this. So, something's going on with that. And what an awesome sight, guys. There we have it. Our first float for Rivers of Light is on the way in. So we have the elephant one right there, with a little baby elephant also. And that guy right there is controlling everything. Really neat.
No,
out into the main lagoon the float goes. And the float driver that was on that barge is now inside the boat. So everybody is aboard, and it looks like we are staging the rest of these floats. So I'm thinking that we're going to see more come out in just a second. But as of right now, we have the elephants in front of the big stage, guys. This is very exciting. Alright, so we have the big elephant and the little elephant now out in show center, in front of the big stage for everybody, of course. And those guys over there look like they're probably going to go be picking up another one of those floats. But wanted to show you this. We have a whole bunch of audio-visual text, it looks like, over here. And we may have some testing going on a little bit later tonight. They have all the computer systems for the lights, sound, whatever else is going on over there. So we may actually see some testing. Hello, hello, Mr. Owl and family, of course. So we have another one of the floats coming out right now. Joining the elephant, of course. And again, it looks like they're parking them all in place. So I'm thinking we're going to have some more floats come out, guys. Not just these two. Quite a few more.
What is it?
I think they're setting up for, like, you know, next presentation or water show.
Daddy, I don't want to do that.
If you guys remember in previous updates, this rockwork / building had a ton of scaffolding on it, and well, that is all gone now. And we can see everything is touched up. Pathway has lights, everything else like that. Very, very, very slowly, the barges are moving around. We have both the owl family and the elephant going around on a course.
And I got working it out. Look, what is that? Oh my God.
Look at her, look at me like that.
And these guys are following the course of the entire lake area, so they're going around so that everybody who's actually going to watch the show is going to be able to get a view of everything. And we can actually see that float is turning towards us right now.
Oh, good! Yeah, swim underwater. That'll help a lot. Oh, there's another one. He's just looking around. Where's my mate? Spelled M-A.
Okay, come on, boys. We're moving. We're moving. Sawyer, we're moving.
Wait, why do you think that they have those boats floating around?
What? We think it's part of it. We're testing the new water show. Guys, look at this.
And probably our best view of the entire lake and seating area. You can see those floats out on the water. Everest right over there also. And these guys just made the pass around the entire lake and are back in their stationary position. So hopefully we'll see some more runs and more testing and hopefully more floats, but we'll stick around. And there we have it, folks. Tiger's coming out right now. Da-dun. Da-dun. Oh, sorry, wrong ride, wrong park. But it looks like the tiger over here is chasing the owl. And they're going around the seating area right now. And the elephant is now in tow.
You get a season's pass for everything? Is that how that works? You just go to every single park because it's a bi-season
Little rivers of light action going on.
It starts towards what's right.
Well, yeah, that's the one at SeaWorld.
That's crazy.
Have a good day, sir.
saw lightning.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they probably are gonna be taking it back.
I just checked the radar, and the radar to the south of us is showing a pretty nice storm.
Maybe that's why my kids aren't answering their phone. Feels great.
Yeah, it feels amazing. Well, we were talking just a second ago. I was like, man, it has been so long since we've had a really good,
I know, right?
like, summer
And that's
storm.
because somebody can turn around.
Yeah.
Yikes, that was like. Welcome back to the storms there. Where I go for the
And as we can see here, the lights actually just turned on for the area. So we have power to those at least.
You hear that thunder?
Yes, I do.
Well, guys, that is going to do it for our Disney's Animal Kingdom update, where we saw Rivers of Light and Avatar construction today. Really neat to see all the floats coming out onto the water, and the new progress going on with the floating mountains, of course. We're going to have more updates for both of these attractions, and we're going to get out of here before we become lightning rods. So if you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, our Facebook, and our YouTube page at Mako Madness, and I will see you out on the Midway.